just purchased the glove. We've brought our experts from Reality Quest to explain how to use the glove.
Why don't you get started, Dave? Tear into that box.
All right. So inside your box, you've got a glove and an instruction manual.
And we know you've already read this because this is very light and entertaining reading.
So the first thing you're going to have to do is plug that glove into the PlayStation. Okay, and after you've plugged it in, the next step is strapping it on your hand. Simply place the back of the glove against your palm, find a comfortable position from which you can reach all of the buttons, and then attach the strap around the back of your hand. Once you've got that in position, the second strap goes around the wrist, and you're ready to start playing. Some people find that the glove feels like it's getting away from them at first when they're moving around. There's a thumb rest here and a pinky rest here on the glove. So by lightly resting your thumb and pinky against those areas of the glove, you can hold on a little bit better and get better control.
Because everybody has a different hand size, you're going to want to experiment also with different hand positions. People actually take their fingers and tuck them up against the ridge, as Dave's going to show you here. And another thing they also do, and you may want to try this, is putting your thumb underneath the thumb rest.
The first thing you'll notice is that the four main action buttons, square, X, circle, and triangle, are located right here under your fingertips, along with the select and start buttons. Two of the shoulder buttons, L1 and R1, are located here under your fingers, as well as being repeated here on the thumb, L1, R1, along with the other two shoulder buttons, L2 and R2. Also, you'll find two buttons that aren't on the PlayStation pad, the RQ button and the reset button. These two buttons are used to access special functions of the glove, and we'll talk about them more later. The thing that really makes the glove special is the fact that we've done away with the D-pad, and now all the directional control is in your wrist. So if you want to move up in a game, just bend your wrist up. To move down, bend down. For left and right, simple bend to the left or to the right. The thing you have to figure out with the glove is where the center position is. To move to the left and right, or up and down, you'll find there's a position where the glove naturally wants to stop. That's your center position.
So one of the things we've suggested is that people, when they first try it, is they go ahead and grab your right forearm. And this controls your arm so that the only thing that can move is your right wrist. And that is the wrist motion that moves your game character. Don't have to point it at the screen in order for it to work.
Okay, we've got a three-position slide switch here, D, S, and A. D is digital mode. When the switch is in position D, the glove will act just like a standard PlayStation gamepad, so you can play any game. Digital mode is great for all games. Since the glove is in digital mode, you'll find that there's a threshold. If you move it a small distance, nothing will happen. If you move it further, the character will start to move forward or backward, left or right. S is simulated analog. This works great for games like Duke Nukem or other shooter-type games, where you need to be able to move slowly at times, but faster other times. Well, one thing you have to be careful of is if you're in any of the setup screens and you're in the simulated mode, a lot of times you'll find that it cycles through the options too quickly and you can't stop it on the one you want. Just flip the switch back to digital mode. You'll be able to go through and control it, set up the options you want, then switch it back to S when you're back in the game. The analog mode is great for driving games. It makes the glove act just like a steering wheel. So you have full analog control for the left and the right. And if you really want to play well, try this. Hold down the RQ and the L2 buttons at the same time, and now in addition to having the steering on the wrist, you also have your accelerator and brake. Up for accelerator, down for a brake. This works great for power slides and other tricky moves in all kinds of racing games. To access the advanced features of the glove, we'll be using the RQ and reset buttons. If you press and hold down the RQ button and then one of the other buttons on the glove, you'll activate one of the special features. To get rid of the special features, just press the reset button and you'll be back to the mode that the glove was in when it was powered up. When you first plug the glove in, it's in its least sensitive mode, which means you have to move your hand the farthest to get your character to move. If you want to change that, press the RQ button and either the square, X, or circle buttons to change the sensitivity. If I press the RQ and X buttons at the same time, then it's now in medium sensitivity. So a medium amount of movement of my wrist will make the character respond. Press the RQ and the circle buttons at the same time, I'm in the highest sensitivity. So a small motion of my wrist will make the character respond. This gives me much quicker response and I can move quickly, but it may make it a little tougher to get back to that central position. One of the other advanced features that's really great for flying games or quarter shooters is being able to change the up and down directions on the glove. A lot of people find this a lot more natural to move into the screen when your wrist is down rather than when the wrist is up. Well, to switch those, again, you're using the RQ button, but this time using the thumb L1 button combination. So press RQ and the thumb L1 button at the same time, and now moving my wrist down makes the character move into the screen. Moving my wrist up makes the character move backwards. And this is marked on the thumb housing here. You can see there's a down-up arrow and an up-down arrow. One of the other advanced features that people like is being able to change the button layouts. Although most games let you change the button layouts in software, there might be times when you'd want to change them on the fly. This can be done with the glove using the RQ buttons and then the top row of finger buttons. RQ plus L1 gives you the default button layout where the buttons give the actions that are labeled. There are two other button layouts using RQ and triangle or RQ and R1. For details, look in the manual. That's it. Happy gaming.
Get in the game. The glove. 1-888-96-GLOVE. www.theglove.com. I love the glove.